friends, we're going to talk about the situation in Israel, Palestine, for those who are living under a rock or haven't been keeping up with the news, which is totally understandable because there's lots of fucked up shit going on recently. Saturday morning in Israel, Hamas launched multiple attacks and hit major cities, including Jerusalem. Although I don't know if any rockets actually made it in, considering that they have the Iron Dome, and good fucking luck with anything else making it in. At around 11:35 a.m., Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel, said that they would be launching attacks on Hamas and officially declared war on Hamas, telling Palestinians to leave the Gaza Strip. But I don't know if anyone else knows this, but Palestinians don't have anywhere to go considering the Gaza Strip is an open-air prison. Now, to also give some perspective on how small the Gaza Strip is, it is 25 miles by 5 miles, which I'm not going to do metric system right now because I'm a dumb fuck American. I'm going to continue going from here. Joe Biden supports Israel and decides to send one of the battleships, one of their air carriers, the USS Gerald R. Ford, over to the Mediterranean Sea, which, whether or not that's good or bad, I don't know. It's meant to be an intimidation tactic toward Hamas. Now, a lot of reports that are coming out are saying that these attacks were unprecedented, quote unquote, which, if we're talking about in context on how that Hamas was able to get through or get past Israeli intelligence, yeah, that's considered unprecedented. It's also unprecedented attacking innocent Israeli civilians. So, before I continue on, let's make something clear. Fuck Hamas. Wow, what a hot take. Fuck Hamas, a terrorist group that attacked innocent people. Fuck Hamas. Wow, crazy. God, man. I don't know a take that can get hotter than that. Well, here might be one. Hamas is a result of the Israeli Defense Force, as far as anyone knows. I don't think Hamas existed before the 1970s, but they've been existing recently because of apartheid going on in Israel as the West Bank and the Gaza Strip deteriorate less and less. And again, you have an open-air prison that is the Gaza Strip. Now, just to also give a perspective, in the Gaza Strip, there's 2.2 million people within that 25 by 5 mile stretch of land, half of them being children. Which means when Benjamin Netanyahu says we're going to be attacking Hamas strongholds or anywhere where we suspect Hamas is, innocent people are going to get fucking killed. Again, fuck Hamas. As a result of their actions, more innocent people are going to get killed both on the Israeli side and on the Palestinian side, including plenty of children, with fucked up things going on each side. And then you also have liberals coming out like Mark Hamill. America stands with Israel. What do you know? Luke Skywalker didn't get the point of Star Wars. Israel has been practicing apartheid since 1947, since it became an official state, according to the UN after World War II, where they basically said, hey, this land is yours now. Everyone else who's settled here already, deal with it. And ever since then, tensions have risen, especially over the decades, as less and less land belongs to Palestinians, and Israel occupies more. You also have Ron Perlman, a.k.a. Hellboy, one of my favorite actors. I stand with Israel. But look, lots of people saying what I feel. Free Palestine. Now, these are two actors I highly, highly respect, even though they are liberals as fuck. Total liberals. One thing, if we're looking outside of acting, we're going to look at David Draymond, one of my favorite singers of all time, lead singer of Disturbed, incredibly talented, grew up in Israel, has family in Israel. So from that point, I can understand his biased perspective. But when I went on the cesspool that is called X, formerly known as Twitter, and currently known as Twitter as far as I give a fuck, he quoted, "We can forgive the Arabs for killing our children. We cannot forgive them for forcing us to kill their children. We will only have peace with the Arabs when they love their children more than they hate us." Seems a little bit suspect. implicating that, with the hashtags of Israel under attack, implicating that Palestinians don't fucking love their children. So I responded, so this is implying Palestinians don't love their children? Because there are plenty of people in Gaza and the West Bank who want what's best for their children, not having them continuously dealing with apartheid. And yes, don't get it twisted. Israel is an apartheid state. Normal Palestinian people don't have any power. Why don't they move? Unlike the Jews, they can live anywhere in the Middle East. No, they fucking can't. We just established that it's an apartheid state where they're not allowed to leave the Gaza Strip. You dumb fucking idiot. I am G-Man 2112. Okay. Okay. But, like I said, we have the cesspool that is Twitter. And Gremlo posted something that really resonated with me. I'm old enough to remember my parents making us stay up late to watch the live footage of Bush's, quote, shock and awe, unquote, campaign like it was a sports event. Now the same people in the U.S. that highly recognize those atrocities are cheering on an even more evil display of bloodlust. So what you're seeing in this video, without sound, it's on purpose, is the Gaza Strip, a block of the Gaza Strip being fucking blown up. Oh no, that smoke isn't going to affect anyone who's an innocent civilian as random bombs go off. No. Everything's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Except it's not. And this is my whole problem with Benjamin Netanyahu telling people to get out. Where the fuck do Palestinians have to go? Where do they have to go? There's nowhere they can go. They're stuck there. And it's not like those blocks going to be being destroyed and they're going to be okay. Like, it's just an isolated thing as smoke dissipates throughout the Gaza Strip. Again, 2.2 million people, half of them being children who are going to be affected by these bombs. But what drives me the most crazy, I've been getting around this, people saying these are very unprecedented attacks. Are they, though? For decades, how everything leading up to this has been unprecedented. Now, look, I have to really reiterate. Fuck Hamas. Innocent Israelis shouldn't have been in the crossfire, being captured, tortured. Even though I think, I could be wrong on this, it was mainly IDF areas that were being attacked. But terrorists are insane. They'll do insane things, and they'll fuck with innocent people, and kill innocent people, and torture innocent people. Yeah. That's not up for debate. However, with events leading up to this, let's look. The wars on the Gaza Strip. Israel has launched 4 protracted military assaults on Gaza in 2008, 2012, 2014, and 2021. Thousands of Palestinians have been killed, including many children. And tens of thousands of homes, schools, and office buildings have been destroyed. And it's not like they're going to be given the resources to rebuild. No. Rebuilding has been next to impossible because the siege prevents construction materials such as steel and cement from reaching Gaza, meaning that if buildings have been destroyed, they're not living in no new renovated buildings with new concrete and up-to-date metals that, less rusted, less destroyed. They have to live in fucking rubble. 2008 assault involved the use of internationally banned weaponry, such as phosphorus gas. In 2014, over a span of 50 days, Israel killed more than 2,100 Palestinians, including 1,462 civilians and close to 500 children. During the assault, called Operation Protective Edge by the Israelis, about 11,000 Palestinians were wounded, 20,000 homes were destroyed, and 500,000 people displaced. And this attack was unprecedented? Seriously, when you subjugate more people into areas such as the Gaza Strip and the West Bank, not allowing them to leave, destroying homes, slowly settling in, and this attack was unprecedented. And you also have news channels that are conflating Palestinians with Hamas supporters, or saying that Hamas is a quote-unquote Palestinian militant, which you could be very technical in saying that it's correct. However, lots of people with Palestine wouldn't say that they affiliate with Hamas, but you have people not conjecturing, that's not the word, but people conflating Palestinians with Hamas, when Palestinians generally have nowhere to go. And if they need to seek protection, they're going to seek protection with the power that's closest to them, quite Literally. Take, for example, have any of you played Skyrim before? Well, you could choose between two factions, the Imperials or the Stormcloaks. Now imagine you have to join one of them. Okay, well, imagine you have to join one of them, but you don't get the choice of the Imperials. You have the Stormcloaks who want to get their land back. And you don't agree with the Stormcloaks. And those Stormcloaks say, if you don't join us, or if you don't ally with us, well, let's just say you're going to get fucked too. Now, is everything happening in this way? Probably not. But, I mean, it's happened with terrorist groups in the Middle East. Who's to say it's not going to happen again? Well, apparently Hamas has also captured plenty of people. And Benjamin Netanyahu has made it kind of clear of, hey, if there's hostages somewhere, we won't bomb that area. But if we don't know and we suspect Hamas is there, we'll blow it up. Code for, we kind of don't care, but we'll act like we do. You also have the energy minister. Energy minister instructs authorities to cut off water to Gaza. Energy Minister Israel Katz announces that he has instructed authorities to cut off water to the Gaza Strip. Quote, I instructed that the water supply from Israel to Gaza be cut off immediately, unquote, Katz said in a statement, adding that the flow of power and fuel was ceased 2 days ago. So, basically, innocent Palestinians are made to suffer more. You think Hamas wasn't prepared for this after a very coordinated attack? Granted, I'm not expecting high-quality coordinated attacks with low-budget rockets and aerial assaults from fucking paragliders. But you think they're not prepared to lose power, to lose electricity, to lose water, to lose fuel? No. You know who's going to suffer for that? Innocent Palestinians. Now, again, fuck Hamas. I don't know how much I need to say that. And not to say that I'm not against Israeli citizens. It's the state of Israel that I am very critical of, especially with right-wing Benjamin Netanyahu, who has been very authoritarian in taking over more and more settlements over the years. But they're choosing to say, hey, fuck you all. If you happen to be here and we shoot a missile, that's a consequence of what's going on. And you know what? It perpetuates a cycle of hatred. Have we not learned from the war in the Middle East? Spoiler alert, no. Where we decided to try to fight terrorism using terrorism, but as a result, it has actually strengthened terrorists. It has grown terrorist groups. More people have decided to join terrorist groups as they get more radicalized. So say a house is destroyed by a drone and a kid loses his entire family and knows that it was an American drone. You think they're going to be like, you know what? I think I'm cool with the United States. They're fighting war on terror. It's fine. No, they'll want a taste of vengeance. Same goes with what happened in April on the Gaza Strip. Does anyone remember what happened on Ramadan? A mosque was fucking raided. But these attacks, they were completely unprecedented. But it gets better. Benjamin Netanyahu released a statement at around 12:36 today. Israel is at war. We didn't want this war. It was forced upon us in the most brutal and savage way. But though Israel didn't start this war, Israel will finish this. Yeah, a country with the capability of glassing the West Bank in the Gaza Strip. Once the Jewish people were stateless. Once the Jewish people were defenseless. No longer. Yes, we have seen that. Hamas will understand that by attacking us, they have made a mistake of historic proportions. We will exact a price that will be remembered by them and Israel's other enemies for decades to come. The savage attacks that Hamas perpetrated against innocent Israelis are mind-boggling, slaughtering families in their homes, massacring hundreds of young people in an outdoor festival, kidnapping scores of women, children, and elderly, even Holocaust survivors. Hamas terrorists bound, burned, and executed children. They are savages. Hamas is ISIS. And just as the forces of civilization united to defeat ISIS, the forces of civilization must support Israel in defeating Hamas. You think terrorism is fucking defeated in the Middle East? Are you insane? What's up, Freddy? No. A lot of these organizations have been strengthened because of the war in the Middle East. Are you fucking insane? Yes, he's insane. We all know it. I want to thank President Biden for his unequivocal support. I want to thank leaders across the world who are standing with Israel today. I want to thank the people in Congress of the United States of America. In fighting Hamas, Israel is not only fighting for its own people, it's fighting for every country that stands against barbarism. Wow. Language from the 1940s. Wow, barbarism. Wow, we have to go back with this. Israel will win this war, and when Israel wins, the entire civilized world wins. Fucking does it, though? We've already established that trying to attack an ideal tends to not work. In Israel fighting Hamas, innocent people are going to be in the crossfire. Again, it sucks that innocent people on the side of Israel had to suffer. It sucks. I don't care if that sounds libers. It does suck. However, Netanyahu and all of them are basically willing to say, you know what, in fighting Hamas, fuck the Palestinian people. You know, when you get a taste of vengeance, the other side wants to feel that too. But if we don't attack an ideal, then how do we perpetuate war? Yeah, each of these sides wants a taste of vengeance, and in trying to get vengeance, you're going to have a fucking cycle of hatred. Which means nothing's going to end. And what do you know? We just never fucking learn.